Streaming now?
It's still,
It
Yeah.
says it is.
yeah,
Okay.
we are good to go.
Okay.
All right, we're ready to roll.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the Compass Executive Committee meeting on October 14th at 1:30. And we'll call the meeting to order. And Craig, we'll let you do the roll call.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Rod Beck. Here. Trevor Chadwick. Miranda Gold.
Here.
Brad Holton. Dan Heyer. I see Dan.
We see him.
Yeah, he's there.
Unable to hear you, but I'm seeing you talking and acknowledging your presence.
It's present.
We'll try to get the sound worked out. Hold on. Debbie Kling.
Present.
Lindy Lindstrom. Here. Mary May.
Here.
Lauren McLean.
She should be on in just a moment.
Okay. Thank you, Bree. Matt Newton.
Present.
And welcome, Commissioner Newton. For those who don't know, Commissioner Newton is from Highway District 4, and they have a seat on the executive committee because we're required to have one of the highway districts, or there's a reserve seat for one of the highway districts from Cannon County.
Thank you very much.
John Overton.
Here.
Joe Steer.
Here.
Jeremy Wagner. Okay, Madam Chair, we do have a quorum.
Wonderful. Well, as we begin our meeting, are there any announcements or open discussion items? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. And the consent agenda is in the packet. I would stand for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the minutes from our September 9th, 2025 Executive Committee meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So we have just two action items today, both of which are our legislative position statements. And we're going to begin with item A, which is the 2026 state legislative position. And Craig Rayborn is going to go over that for us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Give us just a second to get the slide deck up. Now, I'll just note as I start this item, this is the exact same set of positions that I provided and shared with the executive committee at the meeting last month. There's one word change in the full document where I removed. So I just have this one update slide, and then if the committee wants me to go through the rest of the slides, I'm happy to. But because they're the same statements and nothing else has changed, I'll leave that up to sort of a consensus from the committee. But I've received no additional feedback on the position statements as I presented them last month. I have removed the redundant word state in the draft housing portion of the statement. It's redundant because obviously these are state positions that we're talking about because it's a state legislative proposal, a legislative positions proposal. There are no other changes from the September draft. Just to cover the other elements of the strategy we've been talking about, we'll have our government affairs consultant procurement initiated this week. That's almost ready to go out the door. So in the next day or two, that should be out the door and posted. We're looking at dates in early December for what we're calling the Regional Legislative Summit, although that name could still change or evolve a little bit. And we will likely host that here at Compass in the main room downstairs, just so folks can have an opportunity to see where we are and experience coming to the building and kind of know what you guys go through as well. And then we're still in the early planning stages for this Compass hosted statewide MPO legislative reception. Potential dates and venues for that in downtown Boise are under review. I have broached that topic with the other NPOs, and there was a lot of head nodding and interest in them sharing that effort with us. And so hopefully we'd be able to have this be more of a statewide activity and therefore get a bit more interest from the legislature as we finally move around to hosting that again for the first time in a while. So I'm happy to go through the rest of the presentation. At this point, we can't see the folks online, so I can't really tell if there's attitude or if there's a attention towards that, but I'd be happy to go through them or take them as they're listed in the document, in the agenda packet, and see if there's interest in just moving straight to an action item.
So are there any questions? We discussed this at our last meeting. And so I guess I would ask if you guys have had an opportunity to review your packet. Do you have any questions regarding the state legislative position statement and the changes that were done in the housing section? And if there are none, what is the will of the board? Are you ready to move to an action on this particular one? To just recommend it be moved forward to the board and presented to the board on Monday, I believe. Monday, October 20th is an agenda item. Is that correct, Craig?
That's correct. And you'll see the full presentation for sure on Monday.
So really today's action on both the state and the federal legislative positions is nothing more than this body recommending. So the motion would be a recommendation for the board to present these position statements to the board at the next meeting.
Madam Chair, this is Mayor Steer, and I would make that motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we move the state legislative position statement to the Compass board meeting. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And no opposed, so that motion passes. So the next one is the same thing. It's a recommendation on our 2026 federal position statement. And Craig, what would you like to share with us regarding that?
As I noted at the September meeting, all we're doing is carrying forward the exact same policy positions that the board adopted last year. As I've looked at sort of what's going on at the federal level and with reauthorization, those look to me as if they're still as valid, and there's really nothing at this point worth changing. Now, once a draft bill starts to circulate, then we may want to come back to the board, to the executive committee, and then eventually the board, and discuss, some responses to that if that's necessary. But as things stand now, there's really no advantage. I don't see any advantage to making any modifications to the 2025 positions for 2026.
Okay. Are there any questions for Craig? And if there are not, I would stand for a motion to recommend that we move the federal legislative recommendation to the board meeting.
Madam Chair, this is Mayor Steer. I would make that motion.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that we move forward the federal legislative position statement to the board meeting. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries also. The only other thing on the item is nothing more than a memo that's there for your information, which is regarding RTAC, the Regional Transportation Advisory Committee. And with that, we are actually done. So, yes, Trevor.
I just want to make sure that I was on record that I'm here. I was listening and voting because I got on.
Oh, me too. Lauren McLean. I showed up late just in time to hear that you couldn't see us.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
guys.
And you're both be noted in the attendance. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions before we adjourn? Okay, well, that was a short meeting. And Craig, is there anything you need to share before we adjourn?
No, I'll look forward to seeing you all Monday. I do want to just remind folks that we are still open for nominations for the Secretary Treasurer position. I'll resend an email about that soon, but just sort of keep that in mind. The rotation we would typically have would be to bring that to a representative from Canyon County for this coming year.
If I may, if you haven't RSVP'd yet, please do so. We're still very, very, very short of quorum for Monday, so I will be sending an email out tomorrow to those of you who have not RSVP'd.
And I'll be there.
Thank you.
Okay, so Trevor has his State of the City tonight at 7 o'clock. If anybody is free to go, I would love to be there. I'm hoping I get to watch it, that it's recorded.
We need
That's
some
nice.
hecklers with some popcorn to throw.
Well,
And it's just like a movie. It's about 2 hours long, so you get a lot of popcorn and drinks.
And Debbie, yours is soon, isn't it?
mine is tomorrow, so
Tomorrow.
that's why I was glad that it was, that I could be remote today, because I'm sure, as Trevor is, you know how it is. We've all been there, done that. It's a little bit of work to get ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Good luck. Have
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we'll see everybody Monday. Alrighty, have a great.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. And meeting is adjourned.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I'm not here Monday. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
thanks, everyone.